I as we're going here, I'm getting questions in from our Fast Blast direct link link their email situation on the web, and I'm also watching the live chat, and there are several people in there that are sending love your way. So, Aaron, it sounds like you've been through quite a bit, and I know we're probably not going to get it all on this broadcast tonight, but I want to talk to you a little bit about and get right into this Project Seagate, and how did you get assigned to that, and what did you see around that project?
Well, how I exactly got assigned to it is all I can tell you is because through a person I know, I was able to acquire a small portion of some of my military record, of the actual military records, not anything. Obviously, I don't have access to any of the real records, but so what I have is basically a few dates and times of me leaving country and how long I was gone. Now, I can tell you that as far as I know from these records, that my first introduction to this project was around sometime in 2002. This base is actually located several miles off the west coast of Puerto Rico.
Okay.
It is not, when you say it's an underground base, there are a lot of it is underground, but some of it is actually under the water. It's, like you could call it like a split level.
Really?
Okay. It's not entirely underground. It's not entirely just on the, ocean surface. It's a little bit of both.
Really?
Yes. This base also has little, you could call them like satellite transit areas, and one of them is in St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. And there's another one in another location somewhere close to Florida, but I can't remember exactly where that is. And this is information that I've been able to gather through the records I have, based on what I was told at the base at Camp Pendleton, and then more records I was shown at another installation in California just back in 2008 and the beginning of 2009. Now, getting into the Seagate base, which is better known through the little circle I was in as PROSEA, that base did a lot of research. So PROSEA was the base, but it actually had quite a few different sub-projects, all military, controlled, but with a lot of scientific research, such as they had one department, you could call it like the remote viewing department, okay? And that's not actually what it was called, but I'm just giving you the best way to describe for your listeners. You had another section that was which was actually the Seagate headquarters for what is, it's used for modes of transportation. I mean, and that transportation is indeed time travel and transportation to other planets. It is similar. It's kind of along the lines as like Project Stargate and Project Pegasus. And then you had another main branch that was, the Dolphin-Human Hybrid Super Soldier Program. Okay.
It's interesting you said underwater bases. There's been a number of stories of UFOs coming up from under the water, under seas, different places. Is that in any way connected to Project Seagate, or these alien craft coming, or they are an actual alien species?
Well, no, another thing with Project Seagate, and of course with a lot of these underground facilities and a lot of these shadow government projects, you have to remember that, the powers that be, that are running these things, the shadow government officials, a lot of them are working together with these extraterrestrial beings. Now, a lot of the UFOs that people see, this is what makes it so difficult. When you see, an unidentified flying object or a USO, an unidentified submersible object, it's hard to decipher whether there's, a human crew in it, a complete extraterrestrial crew in it, or perhaps a little bit of both, because technology has been reverse engineered, but some technology has been shared. And Puerto Rico is, in fact, quite a hotspot for USOs, for underwater submergible objects.
Yeah. Have you ever been on one of these crafts?
You know, if I absolutely had an absolute memory of it, I would say yes. But a lot of the memories I have are fragmented. I'll tell you that I've been in some pretty interesting modes of transportation, but you know, without really doing some more digging and doing a little bit of past memory regression, which I'm getting ready to embark on in the next few months, I can't say for sure. Okay.
And for those of you just joining us, we have on the Newsmaker line tonight Aaron McCollum, and we're talking about Project Seagate as well as his personal history and interaction with some of the deep, dark underground military apparatus and machine they have there. Aaron, this question came up in the live chat. Why do you think you were chosen to be a part of this? They were obviously looking for you. What traits or what were you grown? Are you a hybrid? Are you a genetic stock they were looking for, or what?
Oh, I get the hybrid question a lot, and I'll just say this: there actually are quite a few humans on this planet, whether they're aware of it or not, that have very, very old ET alien DNA. But that could be a whole other conversation on a whole other time. Do I believe I'm a hybrid? I have no idea. I really don't, because I just don't. But I will tell you this: one of the first memories, which for quite a number of years, I would wake up in cold sweats. I would even almost like I was suffocating, like I was drowning in my sleep, and it was the same dream, which I now know is not a dream. And it was, because it was so intense, it was more like a vision. It was happening over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And what this was when I was about 3 years old. I say 3, but I could have been a little bit older. I'm not quite sure. I was taken to a facility, and it was almost like a hospital-like setting, and there was a pool in this place. And then somehow, because I was told that I was able to swim far earlier than that age, but somehow I was in some way subdued or even paralyzed chemically, I don't know. But I was thrown into the pool, and then the next memory that I have is actually laying on like a table or something, gasping for air, coughing up water, and then these men or these people, I don't know if it was men or women or what, but saying, something like, "We've got one," or "He fits," or something like that. That was what would appear to be the first test or the initial evaluation to see if I fit the profile to be used in a certain way.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned water there, waking up in water. There was a movie here a couple of years back called The Island, and have you ever seen that?
No, I try to stay away from most movies.
Well, in that movie, people were basically grown hybrids, or they were actually clones of somebody else. And they were on this. They were actually in an underground base, but they were programmed their whole life. Because they were grown in a tube, they had to have their memories programmed, and they were programmed into each blank clone. How do you know that the vivid memories that you have weren't in some way sent to you in your mind, maybe another government program of some sort, and that your very vivid and lucid dreaming is really just implanted thoughts?
Another good question, Daniel, and the only thing I can tell you is that there are a lot of memories that I have never spoken of to anybody, and I really mean anybody, even some of the people that I know who are listening, and the reason is because they are very vivid, and some people say they're so far out there that I still need to get some more tangible verification. But I will tell you that the memories that I do speak of, I have received confirmation from multiple sources. And one of those sources is a person that I did work with at Project Seagate at PROSEA, who I reunited with a while ago. But, yes, I have also confirmed some memories that were definitely false implanted, because here's what they do. And I'll just be brief on this one. Basically, through a certain, let's just call it like a chemical like a pharmaceutical cocktail that they actually do intravenously, and then with a certain kind of electromagnetic pulses that they put through your neurotransmitters, they're able to take memories where they are